A century dawning with hope holds the promise of a new era in sports and the birth of a more productive and powerful athlete. The ultimate specimen of the human body.
The human machine is the most complex machine on Earth.
Just as racing engineers squeeze the smallest advantage from high-performance machines, so too are scientists refining ways for humans to run faster, jump higher, endure longer. In this hour, you will experience the cycle of life for an athlete in the 21st century, beginning before birth, with science close to unleashing the power of the genetic code.
I think sometime in the future there will be ways to engineer very super athletes that will make Michael Jordan look just average.
How will such players reach their potential? 3 current pro athletes sampled for us the futuristic training designed to shape the better body.
Got it. Nice job.
You have to find new ways to excel. Nothing stays the same.
With this new training, how far can we push human performance?
The baseball, I'm sure that we can go 130 miles an hour.
And injuries in this brave new future may require not rehab as much as a trip to the lab.
New knees? Sure. Grow them on trees.
In the global era of sports, this new century means a new hotbed of elite athletic talent.
The amount of tall, athletic people in that country with abilities, it's awesome.
GD's $6 million man. How good would he be as a professional athlete? It is entirely possible we may find out in the 21st century.
In my daughter's lifetime, she will see man and machine completely welded together.
The future will be bigger, stronger, faster. Tonight, Outside the Lines, the athlete of the 21st century.
If it is true at the beginning of this century that mankind has never had it better, it's also obvious that athletes have never been faster or stronger, more skilled or more prepared, and it's only going to get better. Now, that's not a prediction, that is fact based on science, and it's also food for a vigorous fan debate. Sports is about stars and numbers, and we begin with Greg Garber considering just how much better the best athletes can make those numbers here in the 21st century.
Today, Michael Johnson is one of track and field's leading lights. He's the world record holder in the 200 meters at 19.32 seconds. But a century from now?
200 meters will be low 19s, though. You know, maybe 19.2, maybe 19.3.
And what about Johnson's 400-meter world record of 43.18?
I think the 400 meters, I think he'll be down to 42 flat.
Well, I hate to tell Michael this, but somebody will probably be under 40 seconds for that competition, maybe 39, 38 seconds.
Ray Stephanie is a sports statistical analyst who specializes in track and field. He believes records will continue to fall, some dramatically, in the next 100 years, including the 9.79 100-meter world record of Maurice Green, the world's fastest human.
I think it's very possible it would be around 9 seconds.
It is the sweet curse of humanity to aspire beyond our limits. Nowhere is this drive more clearly defined than in the bare numbers of the athletic arena. But when does athletic possibility meet physiological reality? Dr. Gideon ARIEL, a leading expert in human performance, insists there are finite limits.
If you take a bone and you hang so much weight on the bone, it will crack at some point. If you take a tendon or ligaments and you pull it hard enough, at one point it will tear up. You cannot improve the structural limitation of the DNA. If you put too many cars on the Brooklyn Bridge, at one point it will collapse.
ARIEL believes we've come close to our limits in track and field, but in baseball...
The baseball, I think you can throw, I'm sure that we can go 130 miles an hour.
Come on, harder. You can do better. Come on, harder, Anna.
At Ball State University's Human Performance Lab, Dr. Jeff Volek and Dr. Robert Newton study the limits of performance.
No one on this planet really can understand the full potential of the human body, because right now we have no computers, despite our technology, or robots, or anything that even comes close to the complexity of the human body.
Individual performance encompasses far more than mere flesh and blood. There are 4 essential components to athletic achievement. First, the ever-expanding pool of athletes.
Look at how rapidly women's records improved as women came into the athletic environment between the 50s and 70s, and it became socially acceptable for women to be athletes.
There may be people out there who have the potential to run faster than the fastest man on earth. They've just never been discovered.
The second component is training and coaching, fine-tuning the machine. Bob Kersey trains world-class athletes.
Good athlete want to be trained properly. Good coach want to make sure an athlete is properly trained. But I have a motto that you got to be willing to pull every muscle in your body to win a gold medal.
The third element is technique, the ongoing search for perfection.
How many of these mistakes can I eliminate? So, if you're hitting 100% of everything perfect throughout that race, then who knows how much more you're gonna get from your performance? Who knows how much faster you're gonna run?
The fourth is equipment. Higher, faster, stronger by design.
Think about the track surfaces, the shoes that they have, swimming outfits, the lack of splash in the pool.
When all 4 components peak at the same moment, they can produce the unprecedented. When Bob Beamon leaped 29 feet 2 1/2 inches in 1968, he shattered the world record by nearly 2 feet.
Unbelievable. No one ever thought that was going to happen in their lifetime. And as we like to say, the person who'll break this world record, their parents haven't even been born yet. That's Beamonesque.
And yet, 23 years later, Mike Powell surpassed the unsurpassable, out-jumping Beamon.
I have no problems with saying the probability is almost zero of outrageous things like a 50-foot pole vault or a 40-foot long jump. We can say the probability is 0.00001 or some such thing as that. But it's very dangerous to say zero.
We are still an evolving species. I mean, all animals on the earth continue to evolve. I mean, who knows where we'll be in 1,000 years, what our form will be like.
I don't believe we've ever used our entire ability as a human being. I think we're probably not even within the 50 percentile ratio.
You can't really quantify that in terms of, how much is left. No one knows how much is left. We only know where we've been. Nobody knows where we're going.
Pushing the human body in this new century will require new technology. Next, several of today's pro athletes sample the training techniques of tomorrow.
Get it going. Come on, Daryl. Faster, faster. Hit it hard. Come on. Work it. Push it. Come on. 5 more. Keep working. Come on. You got